Welcome back to Perkins Pipes. Got the old IU hat on, the Purdue Dad shirt on, and the Medico Alma Mater pipe. Obviously a lot of collegiate sounding stuff. It's not strictly college that we're talking about today, but boy oh boy is it something fun. Can't wait to get into it with you. As always, let's get this guy lit. Let's get to talking. Can't speak for little girls, but I can speak for little boys, and I got to tell you, there is nothing more fun than smacking something as hard as you possibly can inside the house. Talk about getting in trouble with mama. So we can get another light going on this. A little bit of a windy day here. There we go. Well, what am I talking about? Am I just talking about boys being destructive inside the house? No, I am not. When I was in high school, one of the math teachers, actually the guy who ended up teaching me calculus in high school, was the sponsor of Racquetball Club. Something new. Never heard about racquetball at that time, early high school. Found out what it was. Thought, man, this sounds like the thing for me. Joined Racquetball Club. Went to the local, I think it was a racket club. I don't think it was a full gym. I think it was a racket club. I can just call it, Green Tree Racket Club, as I recall, in southern Indiana. And there I was taught to do what children are taught not to do in the house, which is smack a ball as hard as you possibly can. I'm like, this is the actual point of the game. How much more fun could this possibly be? Quickly got a racket. As I recall, I may be very wrong about this. I started to say it's an Ectalon, but I may be quite wrong about that. I can remember the brown leather cover to it. I don't have it anymore. And that was the one I took to college with me, hence the IU hat. Now, when I was in college and I met the girl that would become my wife, we could go out a cheap racquetball racket for her, and we still have it. So we can get a little distance on this here. You can kind of see the whole thing. But the distinguishing shape of the racquetball racket was a somewhat oval, or even maybe teardrop shape, however you want to think about it. Not quite like a tennis racket. And I didn't bring a tennis racket out by comparison, but this is much, much shorter. So we still have my wife's from back in the day. So we played some in college. Of course, we got married, got into life, just fell away from it. Then sometime, it had been in the late 90s, I started working out again at a local gym. A buddy of mine started working out with me. And very quickly, the workout ceased, and we just started playing racquetball every week. Now, all I had was my racket, which really was this size and shape. And he comes in with this much bigger racket. I'm like, what in the world? Racquetball rackets had changed by the late 90s. So I ended up getting a new one. Nothing terribly expensive. This head, XL, extra long, more reach. So it says. And got this guy. We'll see if we can give you a little bit of comparison here. You can see how much smaller the old one was. I'm going to kind of pull back here. So this is my wife's from back when we were in college. back in the 80s. Then by the late 90s, we got, there we go, a much bigger racket. Still that same basic sort of teardrop shape. Wore the grip out, even had to re-grip it. Played a lot of racquetball. Then kind of drifted away from it again. Started having our children, and one thing and another, just didn't play as much. Somewhere along the way, I did introduce it to our son and our daughter. They enjoyed it. And then our son he's the elder of our two children. He went to Purdue. And oh, did we get excited because they've got a place called the Co-Rec. It's their gym facility on campus. Basketball, all kinds of workout equipment, whatnot, and racquetball courts. Well, Austin and I got super excited. We're like, yes, we can play racquetball now. This is great. We can play racquetball up at Purdue. So in his freshman year, we played a couple of times, as I recall. And I got to tell you, the racquetball balls are just so much fun. They're these highly reactive rubber balls. And you can pull one out here. And they have some different colors with different levels of response to them. You know, do they bounce more? Do they bounce less? The blue here is just a pretty basic ball. But I can't show it to you, but you can see here that it kind of squeezes a little bit, right? It's got, you can compress that a little bit. But boy, it just boom, 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 right? All around the racquetball court. And if you've never played racquetball court is a wooden floor, kind of like a basketball court. Walls are usually white, and it's long. It's a rectangular court, and it's about hitting the ball against the front wall and doing it in such a way that your opponent cannot return the ball. Okay, so hitting it hard, hit it fast. That's the fun stuff. So there we are at Purdue. And we're playing racquetball again. Like, oh, this is just crazy, crazy fun. Well, of course, he gets going at Purdue, and we just don't do that as often. And then came the best game of racquetball I've ever played. The day my son graduated, we'd gone up the night before, and family was coming in for the commencement and all that. And my son Austin said that he wanted to play with me one more time at Purdue. So the morning of his commencement, we got up early enough, went on campus, went to the Co-Rec, and we played one last game of racquetball at his college campus. His alma mater, right? What can I say? I don't play enough. I haven't played. Now, he graduated about a year ago, and that was the last game I played, so I haven't played in a year. And it's been a long time since then. I'm certainly not in shape. I need to get in better shape. But, man, I love it. I love the idea of racquetball. I love the just leave it all out on the field kind of play. One of the things that I would actually enjoyed doing, and I realize that maybe a good player doesn't need to do this, but from time to time, I'd find myself just slamming into the wall in order to get the shot, right? Ball's coming in, I'm like, yeah, smack, boom, and I'm just lying into the wall. Ball's coming away, smack, boom, and I'm lying into the wall. And I like that. I like the aggressiveness of it. I like this, that is just the word. Racquetball is an aggressive game. So thoroughly enjoy that. It's fast. It's fast-paced. It typically goes fairly quickly. And, I'm not great, but I certainly have had plenty of fun playing. You know what? We might be time for a new flint in the old lighter here. So maybe have run out of flint here. But anyhow, that's racquetball. And I just want to do an episode on racquetball. So here's my question for you. You ever played racquetball? You ever watch racquetball? Do you like racquetball? If so, what do you like about it? Are you as thrilled by the aggressive, hard-hitting aspect as I am? Is there something else that you really enjoy about racquetball? And if you've never played racquetball, would you consider it now that you've seen this video? We'd love to hear back from you. Folks, as Malcolm Guite likes to say, I do these little things in order at last to do nothing. Or as I like to say in Latin, Parva ago ut tandem, nihil agam. Have a wonderful day.